You don't want this.
Thanks for joining us for Hour 8, hot damn, Hour 8 roundtable discussion.
Where do we go from here?
Let me just say, first of all, you know, it's like when you hear about like an athlete, or you would hear like about Kobe circling like this game on his calendar because Jordan or somebody was coming to town. I swear this was the hour that like Gina was just dying to shoot.
Obviously, we knew where the 10 hours were going. It was exciting for us in the writer's room to know where you guys were going and to build your relationship in an organic way. The fact that you guys start at odds at the beginning and slowly start to break that down and need each other and come together. Everything that Ash is going through with almost losing your daughter, of struggling with feelings of suicide, of PTSD, that it all comes to the head of this great scene that, you know, we talked about on set, a sex scene that turns into a love scene. And a scene that was not expected by either of you, but makes perfect sense coming off of this beating that you witnessed.
One of the things that I was fascinated with Francesca, the woman who I spoke to, spent a lot of time with, who did Ash's job. She's an investigator with the DOJ and spent many years in law enforcement. And she talked about how a lot of times people in law enforcement, because it's so specific and it's so high stress, a lot of times partners hook up. It's almost kind of like a release, you know, the stress is so high. So I thought that, you know, as different as Preston and Ash are in the beginning, you would never imagine that that would happen. But I love to see how with each hour that chemistry is kind of being revealed more and more and more. And it was funny, because for me as an actress, I dread these scenes because it's just always uncomfortable because you're really doing it in front of a, you know,
Not
a whole.
really doing it.
You're shooting, not really doing it, but you're doing it in front of a crew, you know. So I'm happy at how it came out and how it seemed like it really flowed. Another aspect to it that was interesting with Gina, and this goes to show like what a, you know, thorough director. She had us come in on a weekend to choreograph it.
To rehearse our sex.
Yeah, exactly. It was so funny.
It was funny.
But it was good because then it took away that added layer of stress once we got to set.
To me, it was just so beautiful to just, I mean, when you watch how they come in to this thing in hour 1, this is like the last thing on your mind is them hooking up. And, you know, I just remember going back to that first hour, you know, where Preston, his motivations were different, and now you get to a place where you see how much he cares about Ash. You know what I mean? He really cares about her, and he sees something in her that maybe she doesn't even see in herself.
Absolutely.
And it's just so beautiful because that moment was like, you know, he's reminding her of that, and, you know, he's letting her know. So I thought it was a beautiful scene.
What do you think is like the basis of their attraction?
The basis probably is the mutual passion for truth and justice. You know, when you find somebody, they couldn't be more different on the outside, but at the core, I think, even though they go about it in different ways, at the core, they have similar values.
Right.
And that's so important. And then it's just a matter of chemistry and time spent and all of these things that they've shared. They're bonded now. But one of the things that, honestly, I have to just say as a Black woman, it just is so beautiful to see that on TV. Just two Black people just loving each other.
Black love.
Yeah, Black love. I'm all for all love, you know, but it was really beautiful. Like, wow, I don't know, maybe I don't watch a lot of TV, but
there's not a lot.
There's not a lot, right? So that
Gina does a movie.
every time Gina does a movie, right? Exactly.
Now more than ever, it's like you really see how much they need each other.
Yes.
And as excited as Gina was to shoot that scene, I was really excited about the scene where we see Ash fight back.
She's badass, but you picked and choose. It wasn't like you see her kicking ass in every hour. But the moments that you do, I mean, damn. She's
Fun,
dirty.
She's
dirty, and I love that. And she, you know, she's not afraid. And that's that thing, that fine line where she kind of loses herself, and it's his voice that brings her back. And she could have, you know, she really could have killed him.
This hour was called Rock Bottom, and we opened the hour with a gun is in your hand, and you're thinking about, is it even worth continuing? But you have this daughter that you want to protect, but you may lose her as well. And the fact that at your very lowest, where you admit to Preston the karmic thing that you took someone's child, so why shouldn't someone take yours? And the fact that he sees past all of that and just sees your goodness, that's, in that moment, definitely something he's attracted to. But Ash is someone who, she protects herself, she can handle herself, but in this moment, Preston comes to your aid, kind of saves you in some respects.
And I love that, just character-wise, because, I mean, I know, and we all know, those people who are the hardest and the angriest, those are the ones actually who have the most vulnerability. That's what I've found just living life, that the people who are the toughest and the people who seem like they've built that kind of wall because they had to. So I feel like that is beautiful in terms of Ash and all that she's been through, and the fact that he, in that moment, is the strong one.
I just lost Kai. I lost her.
What?
Really made a report. Assaulting an officer, drunk driving.
Did you?
No, it doesn't matter. He's gonna send it to the judge and it's over.
Ash, I will destroy him, understand?
I could have.
Nobody's gonna hurt you like that.
I could have killed him. I wanted to.
But you didn't.
So let's just talk about where we are with the who done it and why done it.
At this point, you guys have tied the gun to Arlen. You have the proof, and you think finally you've nailed him. But this dude is smart, and he filed a police report that he was missing his gun. So this smoking gun, so to speak, that you guys thought you had has been taken away, and it also shows you the depths of corruption in this police department, that this could happen. So you guys, again, are suddenly at a crossroads where you thought you had it and now stuck again.
The gun found in your office was the same gun used to kill Joey Campbell.
This is Southgate Station. That ain't my gun.
How do you explain the being there?
What motive could I possibly have for killing him?
You didn't want drug dealers in the houses. Maybe you didn't listen.
No. We had a break-in a few nights ago. They stole a computer and some speakers. Maybe that's when the gun was planted.
Did you report it?
We'd be reporting it to the people who put it there.
You know, in hour 6, last time we saw you and Javier, you blackmailed him in a big way, but found out that he wasn't
Backfired. I love that, too, because that is just so shady, that what she did, and yet you understand, because she's desperate. She is desperate to stay in Kai's life, her daughter. And the fact that after that, she comes back and still asks for his help.
But she has the balls to do that.
Yeah, she has the balls to do that. And she also has the history with him. And she also knows that he knows her, probably. He knows her at the core, even though she did that to him.
But you know him at his core, too, which is part of what got you two together in the first place was that shared desire for justice and do whatever it takes. And that's the kind of thing that you're impacting Preston with.
So she knows that he gets that about her, and she's going to do whatever it takes, as hard as that call is.
But also your character, Stephan, sees cracks in her hard exterior, which is attractive to you as opposed to...
Yeah, I think that only builds his love for her even greater, you know what I mean? Just knowing what she's been through and everything, he's more compassionate and understanding, whereas in the beginning it was just, those
open
things...
the door for him.
Yeah, those things just went right over his head, and now he's just seeing a whole nother layer to Ash that he's grown to really, really love at this point.
And then at the end, as we talked about, the fact that at the beginning of the hour you can't sleep, and at the end, Preston, you're knocked out.
He puts me to sleep.
She can sleep now. 12 hours.
Puts me to sleep.
Well, I think what's really interesting now after such an explosive hour is, what are the repercussions going to be now that Breland just got beat down by Ash? Like, what's going to happen now? And then also what we were really interested in exploring is, what are they going to do? How is this moment that they just had in hour 8 going to affect their working relationship?
Does it help us? Does it hurt us?
Does it continue? You guys will have to just tune in.
Yeah.
Well, please be here next Wednesday following the 9th hour of Shots Fired on Fox. See you next week.